Hello, constituents of the Mega Republic, and we are between sessions of our Crusader Kings multiplayer game. I'm your host, Lorrelion, and I am playing the Serene Doge of Venice. So, this is essentially just a little section between play sessions for me to sit down and for me to talk, because sometimes these things can be a little hectic. I don't really have the option to pause. Well, I do have the option to pause during the game, but oftentimes people will be talking and I don't have the chance to read events, etc., and I don't have a chance to give you exactly what I'm thinking. So now's the opportunity for us to just look around and come up with a strategy here. So let's start out with the big thing before we even look at me. I realized that the increased council power faction actually sets the vassal wars one lower. So right now it's illegal, which is a problem because I want to take cities within Byzantium, because I'd like to take cities within the Eastern Roman Empire. But in order to do that, I need to be able to declare wars within the Eastern Roman Empire. So for right now, a large goal of mine is to destabilize Byzantium. Now, I was in a lower council authority faction recently that succeeded, so I can't immediately join one. Things that are worth mentioning from the previous session: Major Abbasids, they're a player. Probably shouldn't have let him play an existing house that was easy to inherit, but at the same time, I think it'll be kind of interesting, especially considering the threat that it puts on me, as well as the threat that it puts on the rest of the West. You can see Shrew is pushing into here, and I think Shrew and the Abbasids are going to fight each other. Shrew being another player. Shrew does enjoy PvP, and he plays with Baron a lot, so I can understand these two being at odds with each other. And they're actually relatively close to being similar in power. Well, not necessarily. Well, maybe. I don't know how much Shrew's vassals can bring into the war. I was looking at the manpower and not the actual, thing that matters. We've also got the Vikings up here. We've got our Wessex player, which was Virus. He's a master schemer. He's depressed. He doesn't like life very much, He's sympathy for pagans. Now, I heard, a little bird told me, that he's going to be going north with J-Crop, who already went back to being Norse. And they're going to try to form one kingdom. Now, Kramer is in charge of Poland, and he was telling me that in the near future he's going to start taking Norse holy sites. And he is Slavic, so we might see some Norse versus Slavic contention, which will be very cool, and I look forward to seeing it in the session. We've also got Feige playing down here. Unfortunately, the game has just constantly been screwing him. He's down to a count. He's got a lot of claimed titles that he could go after, but he needs money, and we're going to try to fund him a little bit to convince the Holy Roman Empire to push these claims for him. Let's see now. I don't know that Flavius is coming back as a Malfi, and I think we'll be having some additional players in the near future. Let's look at Venice itself. I am the Satanist. I'm a Satanist. I mean, there's nothing else to say about it. My daughter right here. She's not daughter, sister, half-sister. I impregnated her with spawn of Satan, which is a terrible thing. And at the time, I didn't realize that it was going to come out a bastard, which is unfortunate. And I don't know how to legitimize it. I might just be stuck with a very powerful bastard who hopefully goes out and adventures and does stuff and hopefully makes a name for himself somewhere else. Now, I've got a lot of children. Nicholas here, my successor, is alright. He's haughty, timid, diligent, temperate. He's alright. This kid, also kind of alright. He's skinny, but that sort of runs in the family at this point. Other boys. Claudio. Claudio is feeble and skinny. He's also alright stat-wise. I just don't like having these inheritable traits continue within the family. I think I probably will give him a wife just because I want more family members to build more trade posts with. We've got another kid who I need to set this for. Something also worth mentioning is I unset this, but the designated heir right now, there was a little bit of a glitch with it where I tried to set a female character as the heir to House Lorrelion. And for whatever reason, she was just the heir to the Republic of Croatia. And I just checked it to make sure that it would work. On my death, she became feudal. And that was unfortunate. What I want is, if I want to play a female character, basically I gotta be a patrician, and then assign a female, because it's agnatic cognatic right now, assign a female to be my heir, and then essentially, as that female, because the Republic itself is agnatic cognatic, then, only then can I succeed as the highest level doge at the moment. So we'll increase our count, or we'll increase status of women as time goes on. For right now, we don't really need to increase centralization, but I might just do it anyway. What else do we need to concern ourselves with? So yeah, this is me. I have a 31 intrigue, mostly because I'm a monster, mostly because I sacrifice little children. I am excommunicated, but that's not going to matter. No Catholics are going to attack me. They'd have to attack the Byzantine Empire itself. My biggest fear right now is that the Abbasids attack. And that could be a huge advantage to me, depending on what they take. A huge advantage in my long-term goals of destroying the Byzantine Empire. But for right now, I don't really want them to attack. As long as Baron stays on the Anatolian side of the Eastern Roman Empire, I'm sort of fine with it, but I'm not really. Not by any stretch of the means. There's also, while we're on the subject of this area, there's also a trade post somewhere over here that can be built right here. So this trade post, if I'm a Republican, I build a trade post here. Not only is it getting trade from this trade line, it's also getting trade from being a regular Republican trade post, and it's technically within this C zone. So if I increase trade in the C zone and bonuses in the C zone for all the trade posts, that trade post is going to make exponentially more money, and money is power. I'd like to get these ones too, but I don't know how to do them without basically going to war with Baron. And I'd like to get this one, and I can pretty much just siege this one. I wonder if I could siege, like, along a trade line, just using the take trade post Case Bellum, or if I have to use it against a trade republic in and of itself. We'll figure that out as time goes on here. I think damaging Amalfi the moment that realm laws allow me to attack externally is probably a pretty good idea. We're going to save money also, because we can now build 5 trade posts, so we're going to build 2 more, one of which is going to be over here, the other is going to be in this node, so that I have so that way I've got 4 trade posts in that node, so I have the majority of the node at all times, unless one of the patricians fucks with me. And we're going to try to take majority node everywhere. We don't want to take the whole node over, because we want these other patricians to actually be somewhat powerful, because they do contribute to the success and wealth and power of the Republic. Now let's take a look at some of these other patricians real fast. We've got Petro here. Petro hates my guts. Mostly because of the law changes and the fact that he wants a seat in the council, and I'm excommunicated and I'm a known murderer. You know, normal people things. And then, who else is here? We've got Tedaldo? Yes, Tedaldo. Brilliant strategist. Smart man when it comes down to combat. Pretty good combat skills. He should be a general. I don't know why I haven't made him a general. This guy here, I'm feuding with his family. They're not big fans of me. Or maybe I'm not feuding with his family anymore. Okay, that's cool too. But he doesn't like me, wants a seat on the council. And then Tribuno. Seems alright with me. Seems like, oh, except for that diplomacy, seems like a very shitty character. But that diplomacy is out of control. Which is probably, I'm gonna bet that he's my, gonna bet that he's in my council. And what do you know? He is, in fact, on my council. Sowing deceit and lies in Constantinople for me. I might need to move him. I might need to deal with these Muslims. I'm definitely gonna fund Fij as much as I can. I know he told me that he doesn't want me to fund him, but I'm definitely going to fund him because there are 3 Christians, and I know Virus is a Christian, but he's gonna convert. I'm sure of it. Like that. Admittedly, that little bird was a Polish man over here who doesn't necessarily have the exact 411. I think these two in the islands realize that they can't coexist as different religions, so I think they're going to turn. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoy session 2, and as always, remember to be a hero to the Mega Republic by liking and subscribing. And I'll see you next time.